Hey guys, how's it going? Today I want to speak about the subject of, in an ideal government, what should they provide to their society? Well, the thing is that technically, if you're living in a modern society, westernized society, in a city where you're paying taxes, in a country where you're paying taxes, well, certain things should be taken care of. And those are my personal opinions. But the first thing that should be taken care of if we are living in a society is obviously we want to have clean streets, we want to have safe streets, we also want to have the police, we also want to have a fire department, we want to have many amenities that make us feel like we are in the modern day place. With that being said, what has always made me really scared about the way that humans think is that they accept, for example, the fact that they have to pay rent, sometimes exorbitant amounts of rent, like 40% of their salary or more. Yet, for example, in America, me living in America, people are fighting about healthcare. Well, I'm here to say that technically, if you're paying the taxes, even if I had to pay a little bit more tax, the fact that I'm in a society, I feel that kind of like breathing air, being able to get medical assistance to myself, to my loved ones, to everyone that is part of the society and who is actually giving money for taxes, they should be able to have access to medical assistance for free. It should be part of it. It's not free. It's actually part of the taxes. Same as we shouldn't be starving. We shouldn't be on the street. Apartments and all that have exorbitant amounts of, it's just expensive. And I do feel that not everyone has the head, not everyone has the way of being able to be so good that they can afford a big house, or afford a big apartment, or want to work or need to work. But then there's also a great number of people that do. So I think we need to find that balance where maybe we should explore a universal income, which could give that minimum amount of money that everybody could afford, at least to rent even a crappy room. And if they're happy with that, well, they can survive. They can get food. And what that will do actually is, first of all, it's going to create a better society because there's going to be less crime. The fact that people will at least have the bare minimum to live we'll say comfortably to a certain extent, well, it'll just create the fact that there'll be less robberies. And at the same time, there'll be better health. And if there's less people on the street, well, it's going to cost less money to actually want to steal stuff and all that stuff. And it'll also create better wealth because you're going to have better health. And I think it'll create also a sort of better want and a better way of society where people will be happier. And happiness usually will lead also to feeling more safe, and more safe means more consumerism, which is something that a lot of companies, including the government and all that, are striving upon to live on. And there'd be more tourism and all these things. So the fact of having a little bit higher tax, accepting the fact that stop looking so much at like, oh, it's not fair that I'm working so hard and that person's not. The thing is, again, we're all different, and you can't expect that what works for you will work for somebody else. And within a society, there's always going to be a percentage of people, be it like 10% of a population or something, that just cannot handle things, and we'll just have to take care of them. But it's okay, because by taking care of them, you're also taking care of yourself, you're taking care of your country, and moreover, you're also taking care of the whole world. And that's why I do think that these are necessities. And it's obviously a subject you could talk about for a really long time, and people will always have debates on it, but mathematically, it really just makes sense, because whenever I see all these things where like they go like to the GoFundMe or something of somebody sick in America, I'm like, are you kidding me? You're paying all these taxes, you're doing all this stuff, yet you're getting the worst medical assistance almost of any westernized country, and you're supposed to be like the best country in the world. That just doesn't make sense to me. That should be like a given. If I'm paying taxes, I want to feel that I'm secure within my city, and I want to have clean roads. I want to have electricity that can come to my house. I know I understand that I have to pay for it, obviously, but I want to be sure that, again, everything is kind of taken care of so that I can pay for the extra luxuries, but kind of like breathing air, the fact of medical care, or even education, which basically makes a better world for the people around us, it just makes more sense, because if you have better education, you get a better job, you make more money, and then technically your tax will be higher, so more of it goes to the government. So why not have a free schooling, or almost free schooling, so that people can get to that point where they have to make more money, where they will make more money, or they'll make a better place, and they'll end up actually paying more taxes. But that's all I have to say on the subject at the moment. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.